What's up, metas? H.O.D here, and with the Way of Winter releasing, here's what you need to be prepared for to stay ahead of the curve when it drops. So if you're transferring from your current season or you're a new player to Once Human, these are the first steps you will want to get a head start in the new season. So today I'm going to cover the best deviants to get you started, because the Way of Winter has some new features that you will want to take advantage of and be aware of. So I'll cover what deviants to bring over from your current server, because if you don't know, you can take across gear and deviants from your last season with your space-time bag. Or even if you're new, I'll teach you how to get these deviants when you get started, because they're very easy to get, but very valuable to get yourself a leg up to compete. So I'll show you the best tools as well to take to maximize your experience, and other things that you should take if you're coming from your other season, or even if you're new. These will be helpful tips to get you started on the Way of Winter. So without further ado, these are the deviants that you should bring or prioritize and get first when you join the new season. So our first and the best starter deviant to get is Lethal Rabbit, because in the Way of Winter, every clothing piece and armor piece you make is going to have an extra slot for a new type of hide that you can collect on the map. And this Lethal Rabbit collects hides passively for you. So he is invaluable to get, because you're going to need all the different types of hides on the map for this new Way of Winter season. To get Lethal Rabbit, all you need to do is go hunt rabbits around the map. But if you've got Lethal Rabbit, make sure you get him, because the hides are going to be so important, especially early game, even for making basic armors. And meats he also collects for cooking is invaluable. So prioritize Lethal Rabbit and hunt the rabbits until you get lucky and get a Lethal Rabbit. Deviants only cost 800 points of your 20,000 season points for transfer, so you can get many more, and here's another one to get. Next up, we've got Paper Doll, and this guy is invaluable for your base. He's your resident cleaner, takes care of your base, repairs it, and also gives you passive resources to break down to get resources like rubber and other things, so you can get it passively instead of farming all the time. Basically, when walls or floors take damage, they'll automatically recover durability when this guy's in your base. The higher the deviant level, the quicker it recovers. Also enjoy a chance of finding unexpected rewards when you kill deviants that invaded your territory. So when you do your resident events, he's going to pick up extra bonus loot for you. So at the moment, he just got me a coat hanger, so he picks up random stuff like what you can loot from. Make sure you get yourself a paperboy or transfer it over from your last season. You can get it from low on one of the original seasons, but I'm not sure if this quest will be on the Way of Winter season. You can also get it from looting just general areas and doing your random loot runs for chests. He'll randomly proc, so that's how to get him, and make sure you do bring him across if you can, or try and find him if you're getting started. He's really useful in your base. Next up, we have an obvious one, the Digby Boy. Make sure you bring your highest level ones across, or make sure you try and get one by harvesting rare nodes like silver and gold nodes. Have a chance to proc the Digby Boy. He is your passive miner. He will get you passive ores in your base. So when you're starting on the new season, you really want him to stack up those ores, so you can just log in after you've been asleep and have a stack there ready to go, and he does all the hard work for you. Like I say, you'd get him from simply mining rare nodes, or even common ones if you get lucky. So make sure you guys bring a Digby Boy across, or try and get one as soon as you can on the new season, because the sooner you get these passive starter deviants, the better. And then you don't have to worry about farming as much, and you can do all the fun stuff. Again, he only costs 800 in your space-time backpack to transfer across. Next up, we have a really important deviant for the new season. Grow Shroom is going to be vital on this new map, because what Grow Shroom does is he tends to your gardens and grows your crops. So on the new season, there's going to be a lot of foods and things that we have to make to keep ourselves at certain temperaments and survive the harsh climates. So you want to make sure you've got a Grow Shroom and you're planting your seeds as soon as you can. You get him from simply harvesting mushrooms on the ground. So whenever you see the red outcrops of mushrooms, make sure you harvest them. And eventually, like the Lethal Bunny, you will proc a Grow Shroom. He is vital for your survival on the Way of Winter. And the last but not least of the passive starter deviants is Logging Beaver. Make sure you bring him across. He gets you wood passively. So for getting started, he's really important. Again, he only costs 800 to transfer, but he is quite easy to get in the new season, and you don't need wood that late in the season. So this guy's sort of one of those ones that sometimes I'll bring, sometimes I wouldn't, but he is really helpful, especially in the first couple of days. So all you need to do is go to like the fishing docks, and oftentimes you'll find a logging beaver in those areas. So make sure you bring him across too. Next up, we have Combat Deviants. And if you're coming from your other season, you want to make sure to transfer at least one of these, if not all of these. We have the Butterfly's Emissary, which attacks enemies and marks them with weak spot, increasing their damage that they take. He's really vital. You get him really early in the quest line, and you can get him from just looting the towns, the actual towns with the points of interest, and you can get them from these black boxes there. Or you can get the Wolf. The Wolf is really invaluable. He actually splits off and does huge damage, and you have Slime who heals you. So these Deviants are really invaluable to take or to get. I know there's going to be some repeat silos on the Way of Winter, so you should be able to get them over here. I won't go into all the details in this video though. And finally, we have Whim Potion Deviants. Any points left after all this? Bring a Harvest Seed, because this gives you a second life every 10 minutes. If you're nearly dying, it'll heal you. It makes a Whim Potion, which buffs you. Masonic Pyramid gives you also an attack bonus and gives you some combat buffs, but for the Way of Winter, not so valuable. Artisan's Touch it can obviously let you repair gear on the fly, so this one's really valuable. And we also have a few others that are really vital in my opinion. We have Space Tuner you can use to make a item that can teleport your friends to you, so this one's really useful. Again, you can just loot the towns oftentimes and get these pretty easy, so you might not want to transfer them, but be aware of them. Pup Buddy is also really important. This guy gives you extra weight capacity, so if you're farming a lot, he's really invaluable. And we have Frog the Leaper, and he helps you jump higher. So if you guys want to find out how to get these Deviants, there is videos on that. Again, those are extra Deviants if you've got the points. But now let's cover the best farming tools to bring. So when you're transferring to the season, make sure you bring a logging chainsaw and an advanced electric drill. The chainsaw costs 2,000 points. The drill costs 3,000 points. Now, I don't necessarily think the chainsaw is the best thing to transfer because you only use it early on. And if you bring a logging beaver, he's going to fill that void for you. So that one's kind of optional, but definitely bring the advanced drill so that you can farm up resources to build your base really quickly. Be aware you can't bring any drills that have special advanced memetics attached to them. You bring these tools and you'll farm up really quick and you'll get a really good head start. Even if you're a new player, you could actually join some other servers, and there's a transfer early option now where you can leave a server earlier than we used to be able to. I need to look at the rules set on that, so be aware you may be stuck on the server for a few days still, but you could always go to a server that's at the end of its phases where you can make these high tier items and you can level up fast, and then you can transfer them to the new season. So really vital to bring those. And finally, we'll cover the other things we want to transfer, which is the weapon calibration blueprints. Do not transfer your actual fully crafted tier 5 weapons because they cost 10,000 points each, and you can only use them once the server hits phase. So make sure you break down all the weapons you find in the world to get the blueprints from them, because you can put these on your weapons. Bring your best weapon calibration blueprints because they only cost 1,000, and then you can put them on your weapon later in the season. For the first couple phases, you don't need them too much, but do be aware, do not waste your points on bringing weapons over. Even if you've got good calibration blueprints, you might find them again, and it's not worth the point cost compared to how valuable it is to have these Deviants and the drill early on. So make sure you're really careful when you start on the new season, and hopefully this video helps you guys a bit. If you can't find any of the Deviants, I've mentioned, you can use Map Genie to find out how to get them, and make sure you at least get those passive Deviants because they are really valuable, and the drill. And for new players, I think it should be really helpful too, because once you finish the Way of Winter season, you will be able to transfer some of your progress off too, so you can reverse engineer this video and you'll know what to take with you for the next season. If you guys did find this video helpful, please smash a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.